Underground houses, houses in the sky, or even houses in the middle of the water. Make yourself comfortable. If you have millions in your bank account and you are scared to death of the living dead, here are 10 houses that you could afford to survive a zombie apocalypse. Zombies are afraid of light, cleanliness, and healthy things, so what better way to dodge them than to buy this beautiful California home located in Dana Point, and estimated at $26 million. Described as the healthiest home of all time, the house is currently owned by the advocate of technological well-being, August Bryce, and her husband, Hal. The home is environmentally responsible and has all the eco-friendly amenities. As you can see, this sumptuous home is very healthy and clean. It is made of environmentally friendly materials that produce almost no gas emissions or other toxic products. The internal wiring is specially shielded, preventing the penetration of electromagnetic fields. The paint is low in volatile organic compounds, the cleaning products used are organic, natural parasite control is done regularly, and the house also has about 50 solar panels all installed on the roof. As far as its interior is concerned, this healthy house is composed of 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, a studio, huge kitchens, a garden calling for zenitude, a sumptuous swimming pool, and a spa with an infrared sauna system. And as for the security of the property, it has a panic room, a hidden safe with ventilation, an emergency telephone, and a security camera. In addition to being a health haven, this house has the advantage of being located on a lot near the sea with direct access to the beach. This location inspired architect Ed Lorbach, who wanted to focus the design on creating a relaxed beach atmosphere while maximizing the number of breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean. I don't know if zombies have extraordinary powers, but one thing is for sure, they give off a lot of negative energy. The solution: this sumptuous Golden Age mansion, which holds the secrets of the Cold War. This atypical property, which has the power to protect against bad vibes, was put on the market for the princely sum of $50 million. In case the zombies want to go jogging in Central Park, don't panic. This 6-story, 185 square meters property, located in the heart of Manhattan, New York, has bulletproof windows overlooking the park. The residence also includes a room on the top floor stuffed with metal with a Faraday cage, a kind of enclosure capable of protecting from electrical noise and electromagnetic fields. Recently, Joshua Harris, co-founder of Apollo Global Management, offered to buy the mansion for $50 million but ended up buying another one. So, are you buying? Do you have $100 million in your bank account and don't know what to do with it? It's easy. There's a beautiful home located in Silicon Valley amidst more than 5 hectares of lush greenery in the hills of Palo Alto. 610 Los Trancos Road is a 4-level property that would be perfect to flee any zombie attack. This house, designed by architect Thomas Jacquet, has 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and covers 2,970 square meters. Ideal for hiding, this quiet property has the advantage of blending easily into nature thanks to its clean lines, sober tones, and the natural stone that covers all of its facades. The spacious terraces and the huge windows offer an abundance of natural light and a breathtaking view of the hills. As you can see, it's everything that zombies hate. The house has very high ceilings and exposed beams that give it a relaxed and warm atmosphere. This will make the zombies want to have a cup of tea with you. Joking aside, the house has a security system that can stand up to any challenge. And in case of an apocalypse, if you are forced to stay confined there, you have plenty to keep you busy: a basketball court, a billiard room, a pizzeria, a multimedia area, a dance floor, a gym, a spa with a sauna, a hammam, a massage table, and there's more to come. There is also a 110 meters golf course, a swimming pool, an indoor skating rink, a tennis court, and for the gourmets a wine cellar. I doubt very much that zombies know how to climb trees. In any case, if they know how to do it, I'm sure they won't be able to climb that huge pole to get to you. In New Zealand, an engineer had the ingenious idea of building a house at the top of the technology right at the top of a pole. Of course, there is no better place to get Wi-Fi. John O. Williams, director of his own IT company, managed to design and build his solar tower in his spare time after imagining the idea over a beer with a friend. Alcohol is definitely not all bad. At first Williams' plan was to build a large tree house and live in it, but he realized a little later that he needed something more robust, so he set up at the top of a 10 meters column with 360-degree windows, which he could place anywhere. Make no mistake, this hut has everything: a gas-heated bathtub, internet, a projection screen, a stargazing platform, and even a remote-controlled, refrigerated beer dispenser. And finally, the Skysphere, as it is called, has a high-tech security system, including fingerprint locks and motorized doors. Normally, aircraft on the ground can only be found in airports, except this one. The plane you see here is in the middle of a forest in Oregon, USA, well hidden in the vegetation. At first glance, you might think it is an airplane crash, but it is not. Indeed, it is the remains of a flying aircraft, but this carcass is not there for nothing, because it is indeed inhabited by a man. This Boeing 727-200 is in fact a home base that could be very useful to protect you in case of an attack. Bruce Campbell understood this, and that's why he is today the proud owner of this plane. After paying the modest sum of $220,000, the retiree renovated the carcass, placed it in the wilderness in the Portland forest, and landscaped it to his liking to make it unique in the world. Far from being simplistic, this old plane now has a shower, 2 bathrooms, a living room, and a large workspace. Seen from the outside, the aircraft is not very welcoming, but it does offer a special entrance, an optimized layout, a warm atmosphere, a spacious and friendly interior, and even the cockpit is still there. A dream for a retiree. And it's also a great place to cheat zombies that are stalking you. By the way, what do you think would be the best place to escape a zombie apocalypse? I would answer, underground, since they come from under the earth and it would not occur to them for a single moment to look for you there. And if by chance you are looking for a house to live in underground without feeling that you are really underground, here is the underground city of Coober Pedy in South Australia. Seen from the sky, Coober Pedy looks like a constellation of ordinary houses scattered in the desert, on vast expanses of land pierced with holes here and there. Yet, in the shallows, more than 2,500 individuals live in underground facilities. The construction of this unique city began in the mid-1910s, when this arid region was uninhabitable because of the very high temperatures that hit it, with summer temperatures reaching 51 degrees in the shade. While the miners of the time were exploring the underground in search of opal, they discovered that the temperature underground was relatively cooler than on the surface. Over time, more and more Aboriginal people began to occupy the city's basements, building more comfortable and friendly homes. As the mines became inoperable, they gave way to comfortable dwellings located between 2.50 and 7 meters deep, shops, bars, guest houses, bookstores, and even a church. The old mine shafts have been transformed into air ducts. The only snag was the difficulty to get access to water, especially because of the dry climate. But the presence of an artesian basin, located about 24 kilometers from Coober Pedy, helped the inhabitants to get water. Today, after some fundamental improvements, the 1900 houses of the town all have access to water, electricity and even the internet. And even they can watch videos of world revealed if that's not cool. What would you give to go to a remote corner of the world? How long would you be able to work to afford a house away from the rest of the world? A couple did it well and spent nearly 20 years building a self-contained floating island to live away from everyone, and especially from the network, since nowadays, there are networks everywhere. And yes, health is priceless, and the best way to live off the network is to live on the water. This Canadian couple now lives on a floating island that they built entirely. Freedom Cove is the private residential complex of Wayne Adams and Catherine King, who decided to anchor in Cypress Bay, just northeast of Tofino, British Columbia. The complex currently has 12 floating platforms including 5 greenhouses, a dance floor, an art gallery, a guest lighthouse, a generator shed, and a studio where they both live. But beware, if it seems to you that this couple is living normally, you are mistaken. There is no freezer in their home, the food comes directly from the gardens and the ocean. Drinking water is provided by a nearby waterfall in summer and by rainwater in winter. The entire complex is powered by 14 solar panels, but when these fail, the couple is content with a generator. The two people lead a bohemian life and live on love and freshwater. I don't think the zombies would be interested in that. The Beckham Creek Cave Lodge has the advantage of combining nature and new technology. It puts you in direct contact with nature while offering you the conveniences of modern technology. Silence, tranquility, peace, and Wi-Fi, isn't that the dream? Nestled in the heart of the wilderness of the United States, Beckham Creek Cave Lodge is unusual not only in its design but also in its architecture, if you can use that term, and in its uniqueness. If you decide to stay here, you will have at your disposal unparalleled comfort, bathrooms with jacuzzi, a fully equipped kitchen, and a billiard room for a small game with a zombie. Do you want to flee this cruel and raw world, to get away from the rest of humanity? We have the solution for you. Do like this man, he lives alone perched in a house located at an altitude of more than 40 meters. This will discourage zombies and people to whom you owe money. We give you a guided tour. It's free of charge. Nestled on a spectacular rocky peak, this fascinating and sensational 1,000-year-old home is a true painting in itself. Rising to a height of 40 meters, the secluded house has nothing but clouds and birds for neighbors. It offers a breathtaking view of the rest of the world as it is located on the famous Catski Pillar in Georgia. And the craziest thing in history is that it has an owner. You must surely think that the owner is insane to live in such a place, but at least know that he will never have to meet zombies. The man only comes back to Earth once or twice a week. It has to be said that to access it you have to use a steep ladder, which makes the task difficult. The rest of the time he meditates and prays. Frankly, what else can we do besides that? Otherwise, it seems that he has excellent network reception there. So what do you think of these 10 incredible homes? Which one would you want to live in case of a zombie apocalypse? Tell us what you think in the comments.